In my previous videos, I talked about DJI phone gimbals, where I highlighted their features and use cases. And I still think that the value of any hardware or software accessory for your camera is how broad do they expand your shooting possibilities. Because mobile photography is still limiting in some cases, and when you can break through those limits, then you suddenly realize, hey, this app or gadget is really useful. So today I'll be talking about this small gadget from DJI. I bought it myself, didn't expect much, but now I can easily call it a secret gem of mobile photography. Why? Welcome to the Geeks Table, it's Alex here, and let's have a closer look at DJI OM Fill Light Phone Clamp. Well, it's a weird naming. DJI says it's an accessory for their gimbals that adds additional light for shooting selfies, but I'm saying that even if you don't have a gimbal, this is something you might consider buying. So let's talk about the exterior first and then move on to the use cases. If you own a DJI gimbal already, you'll notice that this clamp is much bigger, thicker and heavier than the original one. It's because it has two sets of LEDs and a built-in battery to power them. On the back it has the same magnetic construction to be attached to the gimbal and also a power button. Clicking the power button will turn on the LEDs and switch between 3 steps of brightness. And clicking on the side button will switch between 3 color temperatures, which are cold, neutral and warm. So in total we have 9 combinations. So this is a very portable mobile lighting that you can easily take anywhere with you. And if I'm going for a walk with no bag, I can attach the clamp like this around my phone and just keep it there. Speaking of a phone in a case, I have a major problem with the original OM4 and OM5 clamps. Those clamps come from the days when the phones had rounded edges. Look, these ones have no problems at all, and it's iPhone 11 Pro by the way. But once we use the phones with square edges, like the latest iPhones or this iPhone 12 Pro Max, they'll be less reliable and, no jokes, it may be fatal for your phone. I should give some credit, it got much better with the latest Osmo Mobile 6. This clamp can finally secure the 14 Pro and Pro Max models. You can buy one from the DJI website, but if we're talking about buying an extra clamp, I'd go and buy the one with extra features. And with this one, no matter what kind of edges your phone has, either round ones or square ones, it stays rock solid. So for those of you who have a DJI OM4 or OM5 gimbal and who is not satisfied with the grip of the clamp, I highly recommend this one. Much better, and it doesn't affect the motors of the gimbal because it's just 35 grams. But what about those who do not have a gimbal? Why would you want this clamp? Well, obviously it's great for selfies in a low light environment. Sometimes the scene is bright enough, but it's you who stands in the shadow, and adding some light to your face will be the best solution. And if you're into selfies, you know about this feature when, the phone flashes with its screen before taking a picture to make your face brighter. But if we compare two results, we'll see that the persistent light is much better. It's because when you add some persistent light, the camera has enough time to adjust itself and produce a more appealing image. If you have some people with you, or if you're shooting from a gimbal or selfie stick, you might go with the maximum brightness. If it's a close shot, like you're holding your phone in your hand, go with the minimum or middle-level brightness. And if we talk about the temperature, I'd suggest using the warmer setting, because it will make your skin look more alive, I would say, because the cooler temperature might highlight all skin imperfections, and you might not want to do that. Also, if you use an iPhone, I'd suggest using a third-party camera app instead of the default one. The default one will neglect the temperature of the light and will try to adjust the white balance. So basically all 3 photos taken with different temperature will look similar. Third-party apps won't do that, and you'll definitely see the difference. This is also a great tool for vloggers, and if you do streams, you know that a persistent light is just essential. So instead of bulky and expensive setups, you can keep this one attached to your phone and take it wherever you go. Basically, it will allow you to stream from any place you want. If you do some demos of a product or doing a makeup masterclass, This might be a nice and affordable addition to your setup. I've made some measurements of the battery, and in all modes it was able to work for 2 hours and 40 minutes. And that is quite beyond what DJI promises. Charging takes around 30 minutes from a 20-watt charger, and for some it may be important, you can still use the light while the clamp is still charging. And if we go beyond obvious stuff, we can always take the clamp off the phone and use it to light up basically anything that we're shooting with the main camera. I do enjoy taking photos of food, and a little bit of light always adds to the mood. The place can be simply dimmed and we're able to make our object more bright. Or we can add an accent light and it will also look good. Just mind the shadows not to be that harsh. Also, it occurred to me that this device can improve the slow-mo videos. Whenever I want to shoot those, the camera doesn't capture enough light, especially if it's a telephoto or ultra-wide one. And having my own source of light can make it look much better. And on top of that, you might be dealing with flickering. These nasty live waves make it just unpleasant to watch. But if we replace this light with our portable one, the slow-mo videos will look more appealing. So as you can see, this small thing expands our possibilities quite a lot. I wish it had Bluetooth so I could control it from the gimbal, but well, then on the other side it would affect the battery life, so I'm kind of fine it doesn't have it. I hope you found this video helpful, and feel free to ask questions if you have any. It's been Alex, and see you at the Geeks Table. Take care.